Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition. Hoy es el 30 de agosto, hoy es un viernes a la hoy se supone hay pago, así que pues lo hace aún más importante el día. Compañeros, ¿cómo se encuentran? Ojalá y bien. Un simple recordatorio a muchas personas que no se recuerdan de que pero hoy es un día muy importante. Las personas que están cumpliendo años hoy, vamos a saludar ante todo, porque es muy importante saludar a esta gente para sus cumpleaños. Bendita cosa, no entra tan rápido, pero ahí vamos. Vamos a saludar a Juan Rodríguez, nuestro amigo aquí en Trout Farm. Y vamos a ver quién más. Juan, ojalá lo pases bien el día de hoy. Cuando quieres que se apure la bendita computadora, se esmera a tomar su tiempo. A David Mejor, Adela Peterson, David Major, Mark Charo Murphy y Fanny Güemes. Bueno, algunas de esas personas viven en los Estados Unidos. Felicidades a todos que cumplen años y nuestros mejores deseos a todos. Como siempre, aquí reportando, diciendo que estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión Canal 10, aquí en la Avenida San Lorenzo. Y estamos transmitiendo por aire, por cable y por internet. Es más, internet por Facebook, la página Facebook, por aire. Simplemente te toca comprar tu antenita y dirigir tu televisor hacia la señal que emana de la torre, y también por cable, que pues por todo el país. Buenos días, Orinjoa, Corozal, Ciudad Belice, Ciudad Donopán, Benqueviejo, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, San Ignacio, San José, Socos, Dangriga y Punta Gorda. Good morning. Buenos días. ¿Cómo se encuentran todos ahí? Un gusto saludarles. Bueno, compañeros, luego de haberles saludado y darles la bienvenida, quiero yo a este momento continuar con el show y continuar como siempre lo hemos hecho por los últimos 4 años y 8 meses. Y eso es con una oración, reconociendo en la presencia de un poder superior en nuestras vidas, reconociendo a un creador, reconociendo a un Dios. Como va evolucionando tu fe, la noción de tener un poder superior se evoluciona a tener un Dios, un amigo, un salvador personal. Así que te invito a decir conmigo: Padre, muchas gracias por todas tus bendiciones, gracias por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas. Tú nunca nos abandonas, jamás, nunca, porque nos amas intensamente e incondicionalmente. Y por eso, Padre, te pido que siempre estés conmigo y que me ayudes en los tiempos difíciles, que pueda yo salir y podamos nosotros salir de estos problemas que tengamos. Como siempre, Padre, te doy las gracias por tu misericordia, por tu gracia, por tu perdón, por las experiencias, por tu presencia en mí a través de mi conciencia. Y también, Padre, te doy las gracias por tu mensaje de salvación. Te pido, Padre, que nunca te olvides de los que necesitan de ayuda, los que todavía no te han encontrado y que todavía piensan que ellos mismos son los dioses y que llenos de ellos mismos pueden salir adelante con sus problemas. Padre, permítenos reconocer de que tú eres el jefe de nuestras vidas y que tú eres la única forma a través del cual podemos lograr paz, felicidad y mucho éxito en nuestra vida. Padre, muchas gracias por todo. Te bendecimos, te adoramos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go directly to the general weather forecast that says hot conditions prevail. That's it. Well, tell you what. It's almost the end of August, and we here in the north barely have had any rain. But typically, whenever we have lots of hot weather, invariably, generally, we have some sort of respite, and it rains the following day or so. That's what typically happens. Well, I think that we're getting to that point where it's going to be so hot that it's going to go like, man, it had to rain. It had to rain. Hot conditions prevail over the country of Belize for the next 24 hours. The forecast is sunny with cloudy spells today and cloudy skies at times tonight. Showers will be isolated this morning. Then a few showers and isolated thunderstorms will develop over inland areas at first, then over the north and coast Friday night. So there is a distinct possibility of us getting rain. If we don't get no jalapa ni street, Manuel, ¿qué pasó? Que tu lluvia no cayó, because it's not my forecast. The winds were variable at 1 to 5 knots, sea state slight. Temperatures, now get a hold of this, 91 degrees as a high in the coast, 77 as a low. Inland, better sit down for this, 98 degrees as a high and 72 as a low. Notice that the fluctuation, 26 degrees. That means that our body has to adjust to the variations in temperature and the fluctuations of 26 degrees in a given day. And in some cases, it even goes down more than this. Fluctuates even more than this. But 26 degrees is quite significant. You wake up in the morning and it's cool, and then during the day it gets exorbitantly hot. But that's exactly what is going to cause today, and what is going to happen today. And this is the reason why sometimes our body reacts to all of this temperature change and we get sick. Along the hills, 88 as a high and 68 as a low. There are no advisories in place, no watches, no warnings. Just quickly going to the to the National Hurricane Center page, and it says that Hurricane Dorian strengthened overnight and is expected to have a landfall in Florida as a dangerous Category 4 hurricane, putting South Florida and Central Florida in its projected zone early next week. It has at 8 a.m. this morning, which is 7 o'clock this morning, or 6 rather, Dorian had maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour and was located about 260 miles east-southeast of southern Bahamas. It's moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour, or hurricane force winds extend outward up to 25 miles from the storm center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 105 miles. The current path has the storm making landfall north of West Palm Beach. That's what I said the other day. Early Tuesday as a dangerously Category 4 hurricane. So if you have friends and family living in that area, I think that the impact is going to be such that it's going to be pretty heavy if it's a Category 4. Remember that the rains don't kill people. The wind variable doesn't kill people. It's the storm surge that kills people. So get out as quickly as you can. Other than that, there's really nothing in the National Hurricane Center except for a couple of waves coming out of Africa. But that is perhaps a couple of weeks before anything can be made mention of there. Back to the forecast. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for a similar trend to continue. Similar, that means it's going to be warm, excessively warm. Remember that 98 degrees may be the ambient temperature, the real temperature, but the feels like temperature is going to, with the humidity that we have these days, is going to quickly be in excess of 100 degrees. So please, and I'm asking you, if you are going out to work, hydrate yourself. Drink lots of water. And please leave some for your dogs. This is very important. Just yesterday I was passing by, and not only dogs, but whatever animals that you may have around, they need water too. But sometimes we need to forget that the poor dog pan dry, and he needs water as well. So hey, remember that so you drink water, so that your pets and the animals inside your yard need water as well. Just remember that. I've seen a lot of dogs looking dehydrated, completely dehydrated, but they're tied 24 hours a day and they don't have a way of getting water. And that's not right. That's just not right. If you can't keep a dog with water, well then don't own a dog. Very simple. A high tide occurs this morning at 9:41, a low tide at 4:22 this afternoon, a second high tide at 10:33 tonight, and the second low tide tomorrow morning at 4:06. The sun rose this morning at 5:38, and the sun is setting at 7 minutes past 6. The moon is rising at 5:46 and is setting at 6:43 this evening. Thank you, forecaster Francisco Wellington. Buenos días, compañeros, compañeras. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy. Y me imagino que todos estarán pensando, dinos, Manuel, si va a llover o no. Pues desafortunadamente, o afortunadamente, como lo quieras ver, hoy estaremos viendo condiciones calurosas por la mañana. Luego por la tarde, existe la posibilidad de que tengamos chubascos, especialmente aquí en el norte, en el interior primero, y luego por el norte y por la costa, hoy por la noche. Así que muy probable que tengamos un chubasco o dos. No estoy anunciando lluvia intensa. Ojalá y consigamos lluvia intensa, pero chubascos o tronadas aisladas ocurriendo en el norte, pero ocurriendo en el norte pudiera ser San José, San Pablo, como pudiera ser Orange Rock o Trobenque, o solo Trobenque, o solo Trial Farm, y el resto de Orange Rock no lo consigue. Así que cuando dicen aisladas, es una aquí y una allá, así esparcidas. Me gustaría cantar otro cuento, pero a este momento no podemos. Los vientos variables de 1 a 5 nudos. ¿Qué? 1 a 5 nudos. El estado del mar casi inmóvil. Temperaturas por la costa 91 con una máxima, 77 con una mínima. En el interior 98 con una máxima y 72 con una mínima. Esos otros días anteriores hemos tenido calor intenso, pero hemos tenido viento que nos refresca. Hoy escasamente un vientecito por ahí, quiere decir que estamos bajo un sistema de baja presión que está causando este calor intenso. Después de esto, por lo general, viene la lluvia. Por las colinas 88 con una máxima y 68 una mínima. No hay advertencias en lugar y no hay nada en el Caribe que pueda presentar una amenaza Belice, absolutamente nada, por el momento. Digo por el momento, condicionando lo que dije, que no hay nada. Porque ya estamos entrando en septiembre, el 11 de septiembre es el clímax de la temporada de huracanes y es cuando más huracanes vemos. Pero este año, siendo el año del Niño, me parece, cuando se suprime la formación de huracanes, pues no estamos viendo mucha actividad. ¿Qué se espera para el resto para mañana y sábado por la noche? Condiciones similares ocurriendo. Una marea alta a las 9:41, una baja a las 4:22. otra alta a las 10:33 y otra baja a las 4:06. El sol salió a las 5:38 y se oculta a las 6:07. La luna de igual forma sale a las 5:46 y se oculta a las 6:43 hoy por la noche. Muchas gracias, Francisca Wellington. Compañeros, son las 7:17. Muchas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores también. Estamos hablando de German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, también A&R Stores, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, Digi, y eso es. Ok, vamos a una pausa, 7:18. Estaremos de vuelta con mucho más. Tenemos programado para el ministro Aragón estar con nosotros durante el curso del día hoy, así que no dejen de vernos. Estamos de vuelta tan pronto estos anuncios.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopon Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the South. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
DJ customers, imagine you and 5 of your friends partying at the highest level, platinum style, at the biggest weekend in Belize. We're talking about tickets to the Belize September Festival Weekend Street Fest featuring Nessa Preppy and Mato and Wyrush and Friends on September the 9th, featuring the long-awaited Sizzla Kalonji.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months that I need you. There's so much going on in the world. Simplicity we use to survive.
Vanessa Bling, Jacka. All you gotta do is text party to 3444 and win this mega package, which includes 6 platinum tickets, 1 private booth, 1 bottled drink of your choice, personal waitress, photographer with visits from the artist. Only $1 per text, so the more you text, the more chances to win this mega package. Promo ends on Wednesday, September the 4th, so remember to text party to 3444 and win.
Near all day of my life.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. A&R stores where prices do make all the difference. welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Our guests are not here yet, but this morning I'm joined for the segment by our good friend. So please join me in saying good morning and welcome to our good friend, Mr. Robert Chequiasha. Good morning, Chex.
Buenos días, muchas gracias.
¿Cómo estás?
Es un gran placer
Es un
estar
gran
aquí.
placer. And
cerca
then
de
he lied to me because he always when I say one of these Spanish messages come in, he said léelo tú because I can't read it in Spanish.
Pero-
and you see how proficient he is in Spanish?
Pero tú sabes que hablando y leyendo son dos cosas diferentes. Es como día y noche. Porque las letras que están en esos mensajes, a veces yo no sé cómo están y a veces yo no entiendo. Por eso yo tengo que decir a Mr. Martínez que por favor puede leer especialmente cuando son esos textos que son bastante fuego, ¿entiendes?
Así que ahí es cuando más te pide que lo haga, para que yo lo diga. Pero como yo no tengo problema con eso.
Yeah. Pero don Martínez, este es el último viernes en el mes de agosto.
Sí, y mañana, tan pronto el domingo, empezamos el mes de septiembre.
Yeah. Y hasta ahorita no hay lluvia.
No hay lluvia. Aquí del norte no hay lluvia.
Yo estuve hablando con unos mexicanos ayer. Ellos tienen el mismo problema. No hay nada de lluvia. No hay agua.
Yo me uno a todas las personas que siguen preocupados por la falta de lluvia, porque el problema no es ahora, el problema es en el futuro.
Oh, sí.
Entre un par de meses, quizás el otro año, cuando vayamos a comprar a las tiendas y ya el frijol no va a ser el precio que es ahora, sino porque estar escaso va a estar mucho más caro, o lo vamos a tener que importar. Y el maíz pues, lo vamos a tener que importar también, y el precio de la tortilla que sube y que el otro sube y el otro sube. Es más, ojalá y esto no suceda, pero por lo general sucede cuando hay sequía, porque la producción de granos básicos pues disminuye cuando hay sequía. Y lo que estamos viendo este año es una sequía horrenda. Una sequía que en años no hemos visto. Por lo general, los pozos quedan secos o las áreas, digamos, como Dublón, sí se seca, pero no se seca completamente. ¿Has pasado por ahí recientemente? Está seco. El lago ahí en San Narciso, ¿dónde es?
San Narciso.
Sí, está completamente seco.
Yeah. Toda esa área cuando vas a la frontera está pasando por San Pedro y Pachacán, esas áreas. No hay nada de agua.
Los pozos aquí en Ochobenque están secos, muchos de ellos están secos, y la sequía por lo general, yo recuerdo cuando nuestro pozo se secaba o cuando nos corríamos cortos de lluvia, agua de lluvia, pues teníamos que ir a conseguir agua con mi abuela o etcétera, etcétera. Pero eso solo duraba 2-3 semanas, porque cuando venía la lluvia en junio, julio, aguántate, venía la lluvia. Pero eso ha cambiado fuertemente.
Pues ahora la gente puede ver de qué importancia es para tener lluvia. Y porque a veces cuando está lloviendo, hermano, la gente dice, está viniendo el malo tiempo. Porque hay bastante lluvia, no puedo salir. Pero ahora todos nosotros podemos ver la importancia.
Hoy en día estamos conscientes del hecho de que necesitamos lluvia tan fuertemente que nadie se atreve a decir ya llega el mal tiempo, porque condeno la hora que esté viniendo porque yo quiero salir. Yo creo que todos estamos muy conscientes del hecho de que la lluvia es buena. Necesitamos lluvia para nuestros agricultores. Perdón. y por el amor de Dios, para aplacar un poco el calor que existe.
Oh, sí. También, Mr. Martínez, como nosotros siempre está diciendo que no weather is bad weather.
Pues,
If
lo
it's
que
rain,
viene,
it's sunshine, no es malo porque está bueno. La lluvia está bueno para unos y no está bueno para otros. Pero vivimos en un mundo, entonces todo tiempo es bueno para algo positivo. But I want to say good morning to you also, Mr. Martinez. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. It's Friday.
beautiful day.
Yeah, it's a last Friday in this month of August. Like you mentioned, Sunday we jump into the month of September when so much celebration will be going on. And can we focus a little bit on the meaning behind the theme of this September celebration? How important it is because it goes from one point to the other to the modern days.
Okay, remind me of what it is. Let's see if you remember what it is.
From Maya grandeur to
Present glory.
okay. Let's shape the Belizeans.
Together we shape the Belizean story.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Well, I think that's very self-explanatory. It's very, very self-explanatory. But it reminds us of Mayan grandeur. It reminds us of a time when great things were happening. Yes, and great things happened back then, during the times of the Mayas. The cities were being built, empires were being formed, the sciences were being developed.
Everything manual.
Everything, yes, and the Mayas were very smart people. They were astrologists. They were astronomers. They were whatever you can think of. They had it all pegged down. And excellent farmers. They were building big buildings, and so we have all of that to remind us of the grandeur of the Spaniards here.
Yeah.
Of the Maya. I'm sorry, of the Maya, and all the up to our present time. Well, from back all the way from then up to the logwood cutters and the chicle and the mahogany cutters and the British colonialism days and the times when we may think we're more British than the Queen, and etc. etc. And then there were times when we were repelling the colonial days and saying, no, we don't want these days to come back because we need to be independent. And all of these beautiful things started happening. The movement of independence, and eventually George Price brought independence to this country, and well, I'm not telling you that I'm not telling you that we are not passing through present glory, but I guess it makes a reference to the peace that there is in the region. It makes mention, or I think it reminds us of our people, how wonderful our people collectively are. So it's a glorious time, yes. And we're going through a little bit of difficulties, yes, I agree, but at the end of the day, we're a very resilient people, and together we're forming the Belizean story. Collectively, as a mind, as a one being, we are forming the Belizean story. So anyone can talk to you about the Maya grandeur. Anyone can talk to you about the Creole. Anyone can talk to you about the Quechua. Anyone can talk to you about the Indians. Anyone can talk to you about the Koole. Anybody can talk to you about the Chinese. Anybody could talk. Together we're building the Belizean story, a big melting pot of good old beef stew and chicken broth and the whole shebang.
Yeah, but it's good that team was selected because.
And I'd like to congratulate Eloisito.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day when I was all of us on the via. Beep beep beep. I forgot to ask me. I forgot to ask him if
What, if you don't get a check?
no, I know he get a check. I know he get it. But I want to ask him if he shared it with Rose.
Why?
I think Rose had something to do with that.
But you know they must sit down many days and many
Not
nights.
for Rose? You know what I mean?
You see, because you could have all these ideas. It's just like when you're writing a song, you could have all these ideas, but it's to put it in a form of a song or of a theme for a big celebration, you know, and for make people to understand what you're saying. Maybe they have to put one word, they put one word and they had to change it and shift things wrong. But it come right out, right on the nail, head of the nail. You know, so you talk about the independence. One time we were struggling going into independence. You know, there was many meetings here and there, and at that time the group there was a group called the Harmonettes. You know,
I remember them.
and some of the players from the Harmonettes migrated. Well, I say migrated. Well, make I use a different word. They merged together with some other musician and formed the Bamiki Bandula. That one was with Dickie Strand and the same ones that Papa Corley spoke about when he was here. And then they wrote a song called Yada For We Belize. And that song was also recorded by someone from Nicaragua by the name of Luis Enrique Godoy. You remember that song, Yada For We Belize?
Yada For We Belize. Yada For We Belize. Belize 77.
Yeah,
Something like
they
that.
say from Punta Gorda to, he said, there's the Belize orange walk, you know. So it was spreading out the whole country and what we have, you know. But it was so great for this person from Nicaragua to come in and record this song. It was on a 45. One side was the Bamiki Bandula one, and the other side was the one from Luis Enrique Godoy. And we still hear those songs today. We also have the one from King Shot Shirt, Mr. Martinez. Let's make independence a new beginning. You know, I'm not sure if you remember that one.
No.
And make independence a new beginning.
Yes, I remember that song.
Yeah, that was written by King Shot Shirt. You know, I think he's somewhere from the Caribbean. And those are some of the stories that were told when it comes to...
Wait, hold on. He said, Eddie, I don't get that check yet till September 1.
I mean, so a
But
big,
I
check.
see you with that big check. And I said, what? Family must have done
That I'm for the cameras.
not for the cameras.
I say the man don't
But
collect.
either go knock on the door till September 1st.
Well, Sunday. I think if I'm
Sunday,
not,
right, yeah?
that's not the official opening of the September celebration, Mr. Martinez? On the
Yes, I
first?
think so, yes.
It's supposed to be somewhere in the south, right? And
Gardens.
usually the person that submit the winning team are present at that occasion, and maybe they're right there so they check one roll. Yeah. So, Mr. Martinez, when we go back to, you know, leading up to independence, remember we had Aranda on the other side, and we have a lot of international journalists coming in, and Aranda was saying we are not ready for independence, and the other side are saying yes, we are ready and we're going into independence. That was, I believe, all this started late 79 into 1980 and culminated on September 21st, 1981, when the Union Jack was dropped and the Belize flag went up, right? And Belize, that was the first year of Belize's independence in 1981. We had a lot of different visits from different ambassadors from different countries, especially representatives from the Queen coming into Belize.
There was only one representative of the Queen, yes.
Yeah, and
Prince something.
the helicopter landed at the barracks here in Orange Walk as well. You remember that, right? And I believe that same year James Brown came to Belize as well. You know? I hear when the man Ghana people sit down for perform, he say, what we doing here at this farm? He must be our big auditorium. He going to go perform. The man never perform.
I know he did.
Yeah.
I think I got out only about 25 people.
Yeah, he may perform at the island of the city though.
I I'm fidgeting with this computer here because from the other day I'm trying to remember the name of the song that was, or at least the song, the tune for the song that was came out last year. I think that you always hear me talking about qué pasó con la gente hispana. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué es que no podemos nosotros sacar una canción acerca de nuestro propio país en español? Algo digno de todo beliceño. Ha sucedido en muchos países que tienen su canción, su himno nacional, pero también tienen un repertorio de muchas canciones como en México, Mancoya tiene hecho una canción que es casi el segundo himno nacional. Ya saben de qué estoy hablando, ¿ok? El huapango. Y no se escuchas y no tiene nada como el huapango de hoy en día que escuchas, pero lo usan para eventos especiales. Pero ¿por qué por qué el hispano por lo general no nos ocupamos en ser más nacionalista, más patriótico? Gritamos que somos beliceños y luego entonces ni cantamos nuestro propio himno nacional porque no nos sentimos relacionados con el Bayman y el canto de los hombres de la bahía, quien fueran esa gente. Pero al final del día necesitamos forjar algo que nos una por el amor de Dios. Así pienso yo. Algo. Y en un grupo de cubanos el año pasado sacaron una canción. Yo felicito a este grupo de individuos que sacaron la canción. No es lo ideal para mí, repito, no es lo ideal para mí, porque en realidad tuvo ciertos errores en esos videos también, y hablan de sus montañas y luego muestran montañas pero de otro país, no de Belice. Pero I can live with that.
Was it a Belize song?
It's a song about Belize, yes. Belize es una salsa cubanita, chico. ¿Ya me
It was
entiendes?
recorded right here in Belize?
If it was recorded here in Belize, I don't know. But I'm fidgeting through, trying to figure out where it is that I saw it, but it didn't get much attention. But as a song, it's a pretty song. It is a pretty song, but I'm going to ask people to look for it if they can, please, and maybe you can use it as an example of what I'm talking about. And I'm challenging musicians to come up with something that is worthy. And let us, there I go again. I want to ask musicians to break away from the regular song that we hear, Creole style music. Let's get into something a bit more substantive, something that talks about the Belizean id, something that talks about the Belizean mentality. You can talk about the mountains, yes, and the rivers, yes, and you can talk about everything that's poetic, but I'd like for people to put on their thinking. And let me be honest with you, we have good poets out there, you know. People who can really make the thing rhyme. I was surprised at the poem contest the other day when I was privileged to go to peruse some of the contributions, and I think some people got it, and some people got it good. They really, I was quite surprised. So why is it that we're not jumping up to that level? I'm saying that this is the right time. Let's show our nationalism or patriotism to do that. Because, yes, the Creole songs are good. Yes, the English songs are good. But it seems to me that some of them are in Spanish are lacking. something that we Latinos, at a half mestizo, but I consider myself full mestizo.
Yeah, well, the closest
Okay.
we got to that was with Letito and Felipe. You remember one day when Felipe showed up at Channel 10 and he sing one two song and Raul say, yeah, we and Bill, you good. He got in touch with Letito and they formed Los Cometas, right? And they recorded 2 full Latin albums,
I know that.
But those songs were mostly love songs, right? But the potential is there. And those albums was not only laid on the shelves, those albums were selling. They had 2 of the albums with big sold out. One of their big hits was No Castigues a tu Corazón.
Sí, corazón,
Right?
sí.
So the potential is out there and I have these people, but then sometimes it's left to persons that are in society to recognize these talents. And if you feel like your talent is not being recognized, you bring it out. When I was sitting down and writing the song, Mr. Martinez, Give Me More Puntarak, I sit down and I try to figure out how this song, and I said, man, this not sound good, this not sound good. And I said, let's give it a shot, man. And you not know how good your material is until you release it to the public. Then you will know how good it's good. And no poem, no art is old. Everything remains new, fresh all the time, because every day somebody new hear your product or read your product. So it's always there, and that always remains new until you release it. Then it starts getting the market. But then you have to study out people, because they got some songs, Mr. Martinez, will come out. You da hear, if like me, you da go downtown and you listen to some of the songs that come out, some of the dance hall and the reggae song and so. Not much the reggae, but if you da listen to all the songs would have sung the same. Because all of them probably have the same genre, the same kind of rhythms. I don't know which is which and which is. But the song there must be about 500 to 1,000 songs that come out every day, So how can us as Belizeans try to record this kind of music and see if we will compete? Remember we listened to that song from T.R. Shine, which was a very good song, but it still never make it to the semi-finals. It still never make it. They needed more support, but the song sound good. So it's hard for us to compete.
Let me ask you a question. Now that the Belizean Song Competition is just past and gone, were there any contributions in Spanish?
Not that I can recall. I don't think so.
That's exactly
Yeah.
my point. And were there Latinos singing?
I don't think so.
That's exactly my point.
And it came to
Who
Latin.
constitutes the majority as an ethnic group? Is it the Latinos here in Belize?
Well, I just said it. It came to Latin land.
However, we just not get the participation from the mestizos. No sé qué onda. No sé.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This morning you were talking about song and music.
Yes, sir.
Let me remind you once more that our national anthem is not an opera, is not a corrido, it is a 4x4 march. And that's the way we're supposed to sing our national anthem. Let us not try to imitate the American style that they want to sing an anthem the way they want.
Yeah.
You go to Mexico, you go to Guatemala, you go to any Central American country, and their national anthem does not change the rhythm or the beat, right? And you as a musician, Mr. Cheki, I think you need to keep on that. It is a 4x4 march, and that's the rhythm our national anthem need to have. It's not an opera, it's not a corrido, it's not a balada. It is a march, and that's the way we need to sing our national anthem.
Right.
And also respect our national anthem and our national flags. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's a 4/4 beat.
Well, I agree with you 100%, and I'm just trying to be. I'm going to be defensive, and tell you that I don't think that I mentioned that we should change the
beat?
or beat or anything like that. So
No, he's not
okay,
saying that,
so
that we said it.
So
but he's on track.
He's on track perfectly.
He's on track.
But But my thing is that
Make I tell you what. There are a lot of Belizeans, like he mentioned that, the US sometimes they put somebody to sing it to a hip hop artist and they sing it in a R&B. They got some Belizean artists where they ask them to sing the Belizean national anthem, and then look when people do out here and try sing it, put it in a style and a way how they figure it a song good just because they hear other people interpret for them one and play it in a different beat, but like the classic one is a 4/4 beat.
I understand perfectly what he says. I understand perfectly. What happens is that I'm very simply advocating for not a change of a national anthem. Hell no, I would never do that. But I'm advocating for more participation with nationalistic songs, patriotic songs, coming from the Latino community here in Belize. Out of all the groups that are active in Belize, and the mestizos are easily the largest predominant group, more than Creole, more than Garifuna, more than any other. But the participation from the Latinos is negligible, zero.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him the question: did you have any participants that we seem to relegate to the Creole, and say, oh, eso es cosa de los criollos, no es cosa de nosotros los Latinos.
I think what happened when they start.
Tontera es eso.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Another point to ponder on. Whenever a national anthem is being sung or being played, it should be the complete song. I went to a meeting on Friday, and the government press person was there. He put the national anthem, only the music of the national anthem, and half the anthem, the music stopped.
Wow.
Right? And the people continue singing, right? But we are used to only hear half of our national anthem. If it is played, only the music, everything should be played, not half the national anthem. That's a disrespect for our anthem. You know, and I've noticed that our government meetings that I've been, they only play half of it. We need to play and sing the whole anthem, not half of it.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nos hace falta, estoy de acuerdo contigo, nos hace falta ese fervor patriótico nacionalista, y precisamente por eso estoy pidiendo más inclusión, precisely for that, para que empecemos a sentir más orgullo de ser beliceños, porque los mestizos de una forma u otra no se sienten no se sienten contentos con celebrar el 10 de septiembre, porque dicen, eso es cosa de los criollos. ¿Qué? ¿Qué dijiste? Eso es cosa de los criollos. Nosotros los hispanos no tenemos nada que ver con eso. No, enteramente. Si no fuese por lo que sucedió hace 200 y pico años, el 10 de septiembre, pues no estuviéramos ya, y doy gracias a Dios que sucedió esa discusión de la importancia del 10 de septiembre en el contexto histórico, porque por primera vez se tuvo que explicar la importancia del 10 de septiembre en el ambiente histórico. ¿Cuán importante es el 10 de septiembre? ¿Ok? Y todo beliceño debe saber esto de que es sumamente importante el 10 de septiembre, pero mucha gente no lo aprecia, no lo ve así, y piensan que es un cuento de la gente criolla, que la gente hispana no tiene absolutamente nada que ver con
But
ello.
if there's no significance with the 10th, why we used to celebrate it before then?
Pero por costumbre o porque se nos
Just forgot my party.
se nos inculcó. Pero solo aquí en Orange Walk, porque en Belice la gente siente una pasión por el 10 de septiembre. Algo aquí en Orange Walk no se siente. Tú vas al 10 de septiembre en Belice, hay pachanga, hay desfiles.
And people participate.
10th of September is big in Belice.
What? That's the biggest?
Ah, es grandísimo. Y aquí en Orange Walk, nada. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Yeah, I remember in
¿No nos
Benque,
sentimos parte de esta cosa? ¿Será que tenemos que forjar nuestra propia historia? ¿Qué onda?
yeah, I remember in Benque and San
¿Nos queremos
Ignacio.
aislar de la historia beliceña? Esas son mis preguntas. ¿Por qué? Claro, debemos de todos cantar el himno nacional, pero desafortunadamente algunos no lo saben y ni les importa entenderlo. Y les muestran la bandera, mira qué rota está, ajá, déjala ahí, ¿qué le va a importar? Porque no les significa nada. Por eso sí, pero si a ti y a mí que lo veamos, que somos apasionados y lo vemos, y para nosotros eso es algo que se tiene que cambiar y se tiene que cambiar rápidamente. Pero eso es porque a mí me importa, mis valores me enseñan que eso les importa. La pregunta es por qué a los demás de personas no les importa.
You see what happened, Mr. Martinez?
Son preguntas que hago.
Some of us at home as parents, we don't really talk to our kids about the respect of your flag, the national anthem, your national symbols of Belize. But then I remember going to school every 1 o'clock, every day, Mr. Martinez, we used to sing the Belizean national anthem. That's when it had only one stanza, but another stanza was added on. That was what the caller was saying, that when the press office come, they only play half. I don't know when they play half. But then if you go to a school and you make them picnic sing this anthem. I understand one time the Governor General come to Louisiana school and somebody picked them and sing the anthem and they not even know the words. They don't even know the lines. You know, so the school have to. You said. Where do you laugh at me for?
Because I can recall exactly that happening.
Well, eyesight happened already. But you know, because you see, Mr. Martinez, if they teach it in the school and they know that you should respect your flag and you should respect your national symbol of Belize and your Belizean national anthem, when the anthem play out there, they know they play both and run both because they know it is time to stand alert. Mm-hmm. But we need to get it more in the school and teaching. Just like how you could learn to spell this word and learn to do this math and this English, make you learn the lyrics of the Belizean national anthem as well. And then when time they need to tell that when time you hear this, sing along with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just like how you could hear when time one band they play and they play one song was so popular. When time the anthem they play and so much people they out of the park there for this 20th into 21st century, you're supposed to hear the echo all over the place and everybody singing the Belizean national anthem. But if we don't know about it and we don't know about the respect for it.
Siempre me recuerdo, y voy a hablar en español aquí,
We need to take a break though.
Yeah, we need to take a break, but before that, I don't get it in my mind. I was in Mérida. Mérida was a unique experience in my life. For the first time, I lived there by myself, and let's take that break. 4 minutes to 8 o'clock, because I realize it's going to be a lengthy presentation. So let's take that break, and we'll be right back with you. And I'm going to finish that story that I'm going to give you. Vamos a esa pausa.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
world-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. Nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Voy a continuar ahora con En Relato. una experiencia en realidad lo que fue cuando por primera vez estoy viviendo en una ciudad como Mérida y que por primera vez salgo yo también a festejar con los mexicanos el Día de la Independencia en un parque en la Plaza Mayor con 50,000 personas más, porque fácilmente es lo que fue, 50,000 personas más, en un ambiente bastante similar a lo que encuentras aquí, pero con una gran diferencia. Y la gran diferencia es de que no se vende guaro, no se vende nada de cerveza, no se vende nada.
¿En México?
En Mérida.
What?
Enteramente. Si te cachan en el parque con tu guaro o tu cerveza, automáticamente viene la policía y te lleva al bote.
What?
Simple. En realidad, para poder llegar a la Plaza Mayor, te cierran todas las calles y tienes que tú pasar por ciertas entradas.
Security checks.
Security checks.
Wow.
Y tienes que pasar por portón electrónico, donde tienes que quitarte las hebillas de tu cinturón y declarar cualquier arma que tengas, y ahí te lo quitan. Si es que tienes tu cuchillo o algo que pudieras que pudieras lastimar a alguien, automáticamente, mira, te lo quitan de inmediato. Ahí no es que they got this protection, no. Ahí te lo quitan y te mandan a ya sabes dónde. ¿Ok? Si quieres, si no, al bote. ¡Orden! Y me gustó, me sentía yo tan sano, salvo. Pues estoy sentado y vinieron unos amigos que conozco del trabajo y estamos ahí bien, a las 12 aproximadamente, 11 y pico. Entonces empezamos a escuchar la música es el huapango de Mancoya. Y entonces hubo una, ¿cómo se llama? Que está volando por que está recogiendo imágenes. ¿Cómo se llama?
What, the balloons?
No.
Balloons?
No. Rahim, help me here. The thing that spins and takes up pictures.
¿Por el drone?
The drone. Había varios que te están vigilando. ¿Ok? Enfrente de la catedral, entonces, hubo una explosión de música y de
lighting.
Sí, de luces y de luces y sonido y bueno, todo al fin de la cosa. Y no era el himno nacional, era el huapango de Mancoya. Entonces, obviamente, a las 2 exacto vino el himno nacional y todos cantaron con el fervor patriótico, mira, y no hay nadie moviéndose y corriendo que el chavaquito se le peló y que los chinos vendieron cerveza y nada de eso. Hay un respeto. Yo me quedo impresionado, digo, puchica, ojalá y tuviéramos ese tipo de respeto que veo a los mexicanos con el brazo en el pecho, cantando, sintiéndolo. Y quise llorar por nosotros, porque dije, pero qué gran diferencia. ¿Cómo nosotros pudiéramos algún día tener algo similar a esto? Poder sentir, cantar nuestro himno nacional con ese aprecio a ello, con ese respeto a ello, con todo lo que se le merece, algo que nos une, que no estamos haciendo, que no podemos llegar a ese nivel. ¿Qué no estamos haciendo? ¿O qué estamos haciendo que no nos permite llegar a ese nivel? Suena el himno nacional a medianoche aquí en Orange Road y el chino está que vende guaro y cerveza, la gente dando 1000 vueltas, y el maestro de ceremonia pidiéndole por favor que se calme todo, y es una vergüenza. Yo digo, bueno, ¿qué? ¿Es falta de entrenamiento? ¿Será que quizás nos hace falta ser más regimental? ¿Nos hace falta ser más rígidos? Necesitamos tener una policía muy activa que diga, ¡hey, paren! Pero si ni a la policía lo hace, entonces, ¿a quién? ¿Quién se encarga de pedirles que cuando se toque el himno nacional, detente, párate, canta, párate por el amor de Dios? En muchas ocasiones he tenido que pedir a la gente, por favor, levántense, porque piensan que porque tienen un nene de 4 años en la pierna, que no se deben de parar. El chamaco que puede correr y caminar y correr, por el amor de Dios, no lo uses de excusa.
Yeah, I think they need to talk to some of them people that got boots and stuff too.
Esa fue mi experiencia en Mérida y me llenó de algo que no explico. Muy orgulloso me sentí por los mexicanos y lloré por mi país, porque al final del día ojalá y pudiéramos tener algo similar ahí, aquí como ahí.
Where that independence official ceremony is being presented, that's supposed to be the center of attraction. You know, I believe that they need to talk to some of the vendors out there too, because when that they happen, some of them get the license, so we sell in Libya, in an style, you know, and they still sell beer. Then they sell salt drink.
Pero la culpa lo tiene el maestro de ceremonia.
Why sometimes the master of ceremonies they call out to them people?
Well, maybe not call out enough.
The master
maybe not call out enough. El maestro de ceremonia tiene que exigir silencio.
I think what we need to do, we need to link the systems, because they have a band they play over yonder, one they play there, and the master of ceremonies they call for the band stop, but we can't hear when we play. One next one they play over yonder till somebody that come and say, hey, the master of ceremonies, they should say, okay, cut off time for all music is 11 o'clock or 11:30. We're gonna stop that time. And I believe we need to try see how we can merge the audio system, so when the master of ceremonies is on the stage doing his announcement, it will be able to come through all the sound systems, so everybody in the whole area could hear. And
is that possible, Chucky?
It is.
But why don't you suggest that to the National September celebrations?
Yeah, I'll work on that so that we can know, all right, now it's time for us to focus our attention at the main stage.
Or have a system where you're privileged to be able to communicate through a radio system or something. Walkie-talkie, that's the only thing I can think of, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that when let's say cutoff time for bands is 11:15 or 11:30, they got some of the group they want to stop because they might have a leak crowd there, or they say this one stop, so a leak crowd.
But that's beside the point.
It is beside the point.
Should stop you better stop because the national anthem is playing.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, when all the bands stop, merge the systems together and say, okay, whatever the MC they say there and people give them speeches, they control my system, they control everybody's system. We work on audio networking so everybody could hear exactly what happened there. When they say, all right, now it's the time for the Belizean national anthem. So everybody, whether they bar the sell, they know, all right, we stop sell for right now. Make us respect this and make us stop sell until the sell.
But I would like the master of ceremonies to announce it and say vamos a tocar el himno nacional y le pido por favor la participación de toda gente de policía que esté aquí, single them out, a por favor exigir silencio y a pedirle a todos los vendedores de cerveza que por favor dejen de vender producto a esta, siquiera por 2 o 3 minutos, mientras él tiene que dar un preámbulo antes del himno nacional, pero inculcarnos ese respeto, esa reacción que es necesaria. Porque si solo no me playing the national anthem y hay berrinches sucediendo allá abajo, carreras de caballo con chamacos corriendo aquí, corriendo para allá, para mí eso no es un lugar donde estar, lo siento, no se siente nada, solo estás ahí para pasar el rato y saludar, y luego te vas a la casa. No hay esa pasión, no lo hay.
Pertaining to what you were saying about Mexico, Mr. Martinez, I believe this is just a suggestion that someone said. He said Mexico had military control governments for so many years in the past. Maybe that's a reason why.
Maybe that's a reason why. Maybe you're right.
But
Maybe
if that's the reason why, it is still good.
Yeah. But at the same time, let me tell you that my nephews went to school in Mexico. And if I were to tell you that every certain day of the week, they had to don special clothing. They had to wear special clothing on certain days, respeto a la bandera mexicana. Because that day, they go out and then they sing to the bandera and they sing nationalistic, what you call it. And you can't go with your wishy-washy clothes. No, sir. You have to go with your suit, with your school uniform that is not the regular clothes that you wear, but with a little coat and a little tie and your pretty shoes and everything looking so formal, disciplined. All right? That's the way they do it. And if you don't like it, tough. You could do it. You could do it, and nothing will change. Yeah. You just have to say, they have to say, Señor, aunque le guste o no le guste, tú tienes que venir a hacerlo. Es política de la escuela, de que todo individuo tiene que hacer esto, respeto a la bandera. Así que es un proceso te inculcan el cómo debes de reaccionar cuando tienes tu bandera frente a ti, y luego le cantan canciones y eso, etc.
Messages, good messages about independence.
Exactamente. Y ya luego entonces pero es un día especial cuando van a darle homenaje a la bandera. ¿Ah? Ahora, tú intenta eso aquí. Tú inténtalo aquí.
Yeah.
Es que aquí somos abogados de Bush Lions para todo.
Yeah, so
para todo.
We just need to, conscience yourself and make sure we respect, we respect what Belizean national anthem. We respect even when the prayer command, and then, the standardization of the Belizean flag. We need to respect the Belizean flag. But we have Minister Aragon coming up very shortly, Mr. Martinez.
He's already here, I saw.
But before we go on the break, I would like to, announce to everyone that the children's rally will be held on the 13th of September. 13th of September is the school's rally. It's on the national program for the 20th, but it will be on the 13th. Mm-hmm. And today is the day, Mr. Martinez. DJ is giving double up today once again. And apart from the double up, they are tripling today. When it comes to your DigiNet at home, today it's effective. If you have 5 meg at home, your speed will now be 15. If you have 10, your speed will now be 30.
So automatically get up all the way up to waiting.
Yeah. If it's 20, you'll have 60. And if it's 40, you'll have how much?
120?
Yeah, I know you're good, but
God.
Yeah. So, and no additional costs. You don't have to go sign up. They are doing it automatically. So, it's
Digi is the way to go, Look, then they triple it for free of cost. So, if you had 10 MB, you automatically get 30 MB, just like that.
Yeah.
No extra charge.
Happy independence.
Mamma mia. Well, that means that I won't have any problem at home with, because there's a section of the house where, it's like nothing that happened there.
Yeah.
It's just, you just can't catch no internet signal. As you go by the window, yes you can. If you go by the door, yes you can. But right smack in the middle section there, you can't catch nada.
And people might figure that only happened in Belize, But even in the US, that happened. They have some areas in your house, like if you probably go down in the basement and so, pick it up that good. So not only Belize. But we got Minister Elodia Aragon coming up. We'd like to wish everyone the best for this weekend. Have yourself a happy one. And yeah, this is where I will be saying so long. It's 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, so let's take this break.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
So all of that? Well, know that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show.
The
Bienvenidos de
Philippine
vuelta al
Highway
Sugar City
between
Morning
City
Show. It's
and the-
exactly 26 minutes after 8, a rather beautiful morning here in Orange Walk, and I trust that it's just as beautiful in your neck of the woods. Please join me in saying good morning and welcome to our good friend, Minister Elodio Aragon. Good morning, Minister.
Morning, Emmanuel, and muy bien, muy bien. I want to start off by saying good morning to the people in Orange Walk East, and of course to the people in Orange Walk, and whoever is watching, tuning into us across the country.
I'd like to commend you for taking the stand of being here on a monthly basis or as often as you have time for.
Well, today, Manuel, I'm dropping by, just to address an issue.
I do understand that next
And
week you're going to be spending
Wednesday I'll be here
more
on all the
time.
show to go over everything we are doing and to just to appraise people of what's happening.
Well, we
in the East.
appreciate always whenever you're here. So,
pleasure,
I
my
do
pleasure.
understand that we have very little time, so barely half an hour. So, Minister, ¿cómo estás? What's going on?
Good, man, good. I think, there's a lot of things happening. We are doing a lot of things in Orange Walk East, and the work continues. It can't end. It will never end, But at least if we do our part, to improve our lives in terms of our community, then we are doing the work. So I feel good that is happening, has always been happening. And next week, Wednesday, when I come on the show, I will discuss that. We will have some footages, some videos to show of all that is happening in Orange Walk East. But today I took a little time to come to the studios, and I want to thank you, Emmanuel, you and Chucky and the guys here in studio for allowing me this little time. I just came in here to basically respond back to allegations that the mayor is putting out there He was on
Where is
C-
that one?
he was on CTV3 Lies, and he was also, I think, on Facebook on his own personal page, I think. And he's putting out there, and he's basically dealing with petty politics as far as I'm concerned. And, I would, to a large extent, ignore those things because, to me, it makes no...
beside the point.
The waste of time. But when he goes on CTV3 Lies, and he's out there doing certain things, and some of the things that he's doing, he's taking pictures. He has a whole town board out there, people from transport, I don't know who else out there, taking pictures of people going to transfer and register, putting people's name on Facebook. That is not right as far as I am
let me
concerned.
get a grasp of this thing, and just so people understand what's going on. He is reacting to the possible scenario that the UDP is doing something out of the way in transferring people. In other words, it's saying that the pictures of those persons he is taking are pictures of those persons who have been asked by the UDP to move into another area and to vote in that area rather than to vote. Am I saying it right?
Yes, that's the allegations he's
That's
making.
the allegation. But I gathered that in the first place, some of those very same people that he took picture of are his people.
Yeah.
Am I that right?
That's right.
So I wonder how those people feel that they take them picture and put it on Facebook and say, these are alleged UDP people. For spite of a ton UDP.
But he's taking pictures of people out there. For me, it is very petty because he should know the procedure. I could go and do the same thing. How many people I suspect or we suspect are being transferred by him? There's a lot of people. I know when to do those things. There's a procedure. There's a procedure that is spelled out by the Election and Boundaries Office. You have to object, and then you have your day in court, etc. That is what you do. He's out there making these allegations, I could make these allegations too.
So what do you think is his reasoning?
No, I think it's just petty politics. I think it's all about him grandstanding. The sad thing about it for me is that people who are going there, imagine you to walk for go transfer or go register, and people are taking your pictures. People are putting your names on Facebook. To me, that is terribly wrong. He's intimidating people out there. He's intimidating the public, I look at that as very petty politics on his part. I feel sad for him. And, because, Emmanuel, there's so much things I could come out and talk about, but we don't come out and talk about it because there are procedures, there are ways that we deal with it, nobody go about and talk about how he lives his life. Nobody goes about and talk about all the serious allegations that is all over this town and all over the villages in terms of the allegations that he's giving licenses out to people to vote for him, to register for him, to transfer for him. That is real out there. That is serious allegations. And that to me, though, if those things are true, it is irresponsible of him because why? You give a man a license for go out there and jump in a vehicle and drive when they have no experience.
Give him a license to kill somebody.
Of course, those things are irresponsible. Those things are unethical. I could stand here and we could discuss that all day, but I don't go through all of these things. And we could stand here and talk about the amount of people they put in Carmelita to vote and other villages. We could sit down here and talk about the ballots from Election and Boundaries, the official ballots that were missing in 2 of our elections. And where, in place of that, they found sample ballots from the PUP. You could derive your own conclusions to that, right? We could sit and cry over that, but we don't. And those are real. These things are real, And so when he comes, he starts on the Facebook thing, and I say, poor boy, and even I'm bad about it. But then he goes on CTV3 Lies and all of these things, and somebody has to rebut him. Somebody has to let him understand that is uncalled for, right? And to me, it is about intimidating people out there. That is wrong, and he making some serious allegations about the public servants in the Elections and Boundaries Office. To me, those things are outright wrong.
Is he claiming that these people are accomplices?
Yes, all kind of thing he's saying on his Facebook. And that is why today I said, I need to come, take a little time, and rebut what he's been doing, right? Because all the allegations he's made is unfounded. And if he believes that that is the case, let him go to court, man. Let him take us to court, you know?
What's the mayor's name?
Because definitely we have one list of people we know that he's bringing in, and we can do for we procedure and take him to court and object to that. But you don't have to act like one Lee Picnic, because that is the truth how he's behaving. For me, the most crucial thing in this is that he's intimidating people who are going there to transfer and going there to register. And I think that is bad. That is bad. He should know better. He knows the procedures. He knows that he could follow those things, but he tends to do otherwise, you know. And that's all I wanted to say in regards to that, Emmanuel. Because I do feel that is not proper.
Oh, there you
And I know that he's dealing with petty politics and trying to aggrandize himself out there like, oh, he didn't fight this. My God, I always tell people, make the man look in at the mirror and see who he is, you know, what he represents, you know.
Let's end the corrupt behavior. We must ask that the people working on elections and boundaries do their work. No more corrupt practices should be allowed. So, but he takes pictures of some people.
He
here.
take people walking there, put their names out there, Emmanuel.
So there he is, people walking in and out, and
anybody going?
Yeah, but that's just picture of 3 people. I mean, if this was a picture of the actual person actually doing something irregular, then you would be telling me something. But this is just a picture of 3 people on the street.
The whole thing
what's
is
the big deal?
It's petty. It's very petty, and
right.
at the end of the day, it intimidates people. You know, people. I mean, you as a citizen have the right to go and register and transfer. You know. And so if he does these things, so imagine you go, Emmanuel, people that take your picture, put your picture there, making allegations. And the sad thing about it, Emmanuel, you have some people who are PUP, who are transferring in the East for him, and he didn't even know, and they put their people's name out there.
There's the actual commentary here from Raquel. He says that's saying, he said that is nothing new. Other parties do the same thing. So, I mean, really, what happened? Is he that afraid of Elodio Aragon Jr.? I mean, really,
Emmanuel, anyway,
that
but
afraid, or what going on?
My thing is it's just sad. It's just petty, and you know, I've always said, you know, he have to look in the mirror and see himself there, right? Because I'll tell you, I mean, the amount of things he has done out there, you know, we're not cry about it because it's politics, and any day we have to deal with it, you know. But it is sad for him to stoop low and intimidate people who are going to transfer and register. That is the way I see it. You know, like we don't give it much importance, but the more somebody has to rebut him. Somebody has to let the people understand what he's doing, you know. And I'll tell you, he has bigger thing. He's supposed to stand up out there and go up on CTV3 Lives and talk about all the serious allegations that is all about this town and villages in terms of him giving people licenses. And people out there who get licenses know that is the case, you know. Let him go out there and discuss those serious allegations, because he is directly being alleged to be the mastermind behind these things. You understand me? And to me, that is serious, because if that is true, it points out that he is totally irresponsible. You want to give people who are just 17 who can't even drive and give them a license.
Give them a license for driving.
And
the worst thing is that a person doesn't even go through a
test or anything.
It's just why you want your license, you can get it right now, you know. And the person feels so grande and go like, boy, the boss give you a license, teacher. You don't know that he's giving you a ticket south. A ticket for your one, for go to jail, because at the end of the day, if you don't know if you drive, hey, what the hell you do behind now?
Yeah. But you know, anyway, these are the things. So, you know, I said I'll take a little time and come and discuss these issues here, because we have to rebut, and you know, and I don't know what is his problem. He should know the procedures, and the procedures are laid out there specifically
Minister, we need
to deal with such
break,
situations.
And then we'll be right back with you, and we'll be finishing with the last segment. So let's take a break at the moment, and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
The first 2 phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmont Pond Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first 2 phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
DJ customers, imagine you and 5 of your friends partying at the highest level, platinum style, at the biggest weekend in Belize. We're talking about tickets to the Belize September Festival Weekend Street Fest featuring Nessa Preppy and Mata and Wyrush and Friends on September the 9th, featuring the long-awaited Sizzla Kalonji.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you shall need you. There's so much going on in the world. Simplicity we use to survive.
Vanessa Bling, Jackal. All you gotta do is text PARTY to 3444 and win this mega package, which includes 6 platinum tickets, 1 private booth, 1 bottled drink of your choice, personal waitress, photographer with visits from the artist. Only $1 per text, so the more you text, the more chances to win this mega package. Promo ends on Wednesday, September the 4th, so remember to text PARTY to 3444 and win!
Here all day of my life.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares, including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes, and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you, from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m., Monday to Saturday. A&R stores, where prices do make all the difference. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We have barely 16 minutes left before 9 o'clock. It's a beautiful morning here, and it's not always that we get Minister here, and he has made, voy a hablar tantito en español, ha hecho una promesa de estar con nosotros la siguiente semana, miércoles, ya para un tiempo más extendido, porque es parte de su compromiso, es la palabra, compromiso con ustedes de mantenerles informados de todo lo que está sucediendo en la División Este. Un trabajo comendable. Y vamos a hablar la neta. Que aunque el señor Elodio Aragón, el ministro Elodio Aragón, no ha logrado conseguir el beneficio del apoyo de ciertas personas en las aldeas, su compromiso queda aún más fuerte con ustedes. Y eso es digno de mucho respeto y pocas personas, porque si tú no me apoyas, yo te mando mucho a ya sabes dónde. Pero no, ese señor está detrás, no importa qué, porque al país lo eligieron para hacer un trabajo y eso es lo que está haciendo. Eso es justamente lo que está haciendo. Yo sé que I know that you have time and went to talk about everything that you've been doing in the area, but tell me, normally by this time you already have the Aragon's Christmas.
No, the end of September we start every year. Yeah.
Every year, okay.
Right after the 21st, the week after we start on that,
Okay.
and that runs right up onto the Christmas, just before Christmas.
Okay, so I thought it was end of August, so it's end of September.
End of September. That's how we usually start.
What activities do you have going on in Orange Walk East Division right
Well, there's
now?
a lot of work right now. Well, right now, we have September. September is coming up, so we are preparing for September. Of course, like I said, Wednesday when I come, I want to bring a lot of footage in terms of showing people what work we are doing.
I'm going to ask a straight-up question. How do you view this year's change of the route of the National September Parade here in Orange Walk, where the downtown businesses are being disrespected, literally dissed, like they say, and in turn showing some preference for the area in Liberty Avenue. How do you feel?
Well, I will say, we have to be real. That is political. Mm-hmm. That is the way I think it is. But, I look at it that one, it goes against the tradition. But, of course, on the other light, we have to look at it that it is going to enter now the east. It's going to pass in front of the Liberty Avenue office for the UDP. It's going to pass in up to come down Sarsoon and up Belize Road.
In other words, he's encroaching what tradition has been a UDP area, so he's making his presence known.
Yeah, but it's not, like I said, yes, we might understand the motive, his personal motive behind it, but, in the East we will welcome that. I don't see why we are worried about that. We are welcome that, but it does affect a lot of people who have traditionally waited on the parade on the main street. Do you understand? So
and the way I see it is that those parades just don't happen. What I mean with that is the following: somebody has to be paying big bucks for these people to be on the parades. Most of that big bucks comes from people from the main street, Quay's Distillery, Eleanor Liquors, Taradat. And obviously, in appreciation of the work that of the contribution that these people have been making, you pay homage to them by passing the parade in that area. Besides the fact that, along that area as well, you also have lots of viewing places that have lots of shade. This year, ain't got that, because Liberty Avenue is facing, it's north to south.
Yeah.
It won't have that benefit. So, believe me, you're in bad when September 21st, 3 o'clock give, you're in bad. I will remind you.
Well, that it is what it is. We're looking forward to September. September is a month of our independence. It's the Battle of St. George's Key Day. So, we as Belizeans will celebrate that month, and we look forward to it. But there's a lot of other things happening in terms of, apart from September. Well, I am glad that we changed the flags yesterday on the roundabout entering Orange Walk. Well, we have always changed that, we have always took a little...
Are those flags being brought on at night?
No, they stay up there.
But they stay up. No, is there a light?
Yeah, there are lights all around there.
Yeah, but that focuses on the because the law says, the protocol is that if you must bring it down, if you are not bringing it down, then there must be a light that focuses on the
I don't think, the whole area is lighted right now. I think they have about 16 lights we installed at the roundabout, And so, it's a nice visual effect when you enter
Did you take charge of that roundabout, or you offered it, or it was something that was relegated to you?
No, we have taken care of that. We have taken care of that, because, the flags deteriorate with the weather and the sun and all of these things. So, we have to change them regular, but we just put some new flags in preparation for September. I think that's what we did yesterday, because at the end of the day we want to ensure we have these flags flying. But I know there's a new flag in terms of the standardization of the flags that is being done. We spoke about that on Wednesday. I'm hoping to try to get my hands on some of those flags so we could.
Well, it's a standard flag. It's just that there was a lot of problems. There were a lot of problems with some of the flags that were being imported from China.
Yeah.
Where rather than showing a black man and
a yellow man, no?
It was too literally a yellow man. I go like, hey, there should be standardization of the coat of arms and the protocols involved with the flag. So I'm glad that these niche is taking this.
I think so. I think it's good. It's good. Yeah.
But it's like you literally taking one of the stars or one of the stripes away from the U.S. flag. I mean, that's not permitted. That's high treason. But pretty much the same thing. You can't change the flag and change it to yellow man, and so forth. So I'm glad that this is happening, because it brings it highlights the fact that we actually care about our flag, and this is an important item for us.
Yeah, so
it's something that unites us all as Belizeans.
Well, like I said, we are getting ready, and in the east we put up these flags at the roundabout, and also of course I want people to know next week, I think, if not this week, next week, later this, the week is over here already, but next week lights are coming to Palmar. We have written for these expansion of lights for quite some time. We had put some posts, etc. already, but the expansion of electrification and lights in Palmar will commence, if they have not already, but they will commence. I think that the week will not pass before that happens. And, I feel proud of that, because, we are doing something positive to improve the quality of life for our residents. So we'll have these lights going up in Palmar. And also
May we take this call, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, buenos dias.
I want to ask a question to Mr. Aragon.
Go ahead, sir, please. Adelante.
Hello. Good morning, buenos dias. I want to ask a question to Mr. Aragon. why he lose all the east and the villages from the east?
Well, we never lose all the villages. We lost Carmelita and we lost the other villages. There's a number of reasons for these things. It's you have to understand the difference between. We could take it offline. We don't really lose. We lose in terms of the what is the optics. But there's a lot of things to discuss which I've never really taken time to come out and talk about it. But we could maybe mention Carmelita. And what happened in Carmelita is similar to what has happened in Palmar. And we must be real, we must understand our area well. In terms of Champan Ridge, Palmar and Santa Marta, we all know I lost those villages for general election too, because they have predominantly been PUP, and we are trying to make inroads in those villages. In Carmelita, you must remember 3 years ago, all of these villages were, before we took them over, were PUP. Santa Marta, we only won the cheerleader by the flip of a coin. We had last Champan Ridge last year, likewise. So, and Palmar, we came in at that time for the first time after we had 4 slates running. 2 PUP, 1 UDP, and 1 independent. This year it was only the UDP and PUP. But a lot of things transpired, and one, we were not prepared and organized in terms of, we thought it was just going to be a village election. We never expect the onslaught from the PUP with all their money, with all the people that they brought in. And they caught us off guard to a large extent. And what is funny is that you must understand that in a village council elections, a lot of people vote who don't even live in those villages. And this was the worst we have ever seen in regards to that, because, for instance, in Carmelita, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had a total of 729 registered voters. That means people who are on the list who are registered, of which we had a total of 758 people voting. So far more than 100% on the registered voters list. But the funny thing about this is that when you look at the amount of people who are registered but did not come out and vote was 299 people. So you're looking at over 300 people who are not on the list but yet voted. And where will these people come? Well, of course, people will say residents can vote and people who are not registered. That is true. But for have that large amount of people voting there, you don't have that amount in terms of registered and people who are not registered, who are residents and who are not registered. So you could make your own assumptions in regards to that number. And the same that was there, the same reflected in Palmar. And these are numbers that come out from the Election and Boundaries Office. And so there's a number of factors. But at the end of the day, we don't cry over that. That is water under the bridge now. We have to be prepared for the next time moving into the general election. And that will be for all the, what they call, all the marbles that they hope there. It's for everything. And definitely we'll be prepared. And people were not up on the list and can't vote. Because general election is a different ball game than a village council election. People who are resident can't vote. People who are not registered can't vote. People who are not living in an area can't come in and vote. That's right. So, and village elections is a different ball game. And that is it. So, for me, the greatest villages in terms of UDP support comes from Carmelita and Tower Hill. Right? And we just have to work on the villages to reduce in terms of a gain ground for the UDP. Right? So that is the situation in a nutshell, but definitely we are not moved by that. If anything, we are moved to work even harder and be more organized and prepared for the general elections. I want to add to this too. In Carmelita, definitely we have the support. I'm confident of that. And, like I said, it's from here on, it's in 2020, which is next year, we'll be prepared for general elections, and definitely we will work and have that win, And
I'd like to add on, if the caller is being tutored by somebody else behind the phone and trying to be diminutive or condescending in the work, because believe me, at the end of the day, being the conspiracy theorist that I am, Christ, I'm half Arab. It's just the way I am. But But if that is your what you call it, believe me, they work. Because at the end of the day, Minister is a resilient man and he's a fighter, and believe me, he's going to win the East Division again and again and again. But Minister, 2 minutes to 9, I want to say thank you.
Yeah, man. And I just, well, you give me my parting shot now?
Parting shot now, yes.
Well, I just want to say there's a lot. We'll be here Wednesday, and what is happening, Emmanuel, we'll be here twice a month. Twice a month, because there's so many things happening, and I don't know, next week, I don't say we're not getting enough time for talk about all the tremendous work that we have done, but we will put it in there, and I just want to say that we continue to work in Orange Walk East. There's a lot of things we are doing, and for me, those are great things because it is about working to improve the lives of our people. And I'll tell you, I feel good because when you look at water expansion, when you look at light expansion, electricity expansion, right now, and I also want to say we are getting the public works equipment next week, and so we will be moving in. And just for people to know, quickly, in Palmar, and this is something that we should have discussed likewise just now. In Palmar, we sent the public works equipment there last week to do the work in the compound where they had the material. In the football field, well, of course, a lot more work needs to be done there because it's about trying to get that field up to par in terms of leveling that field. A lot of people in Palmar might believe that we took the material there. I didn't. I went out there, saw the material being dumped. The principal and those from the school, along with Danny, made the arrangements. I had nothing to do with that. But when I went and I saw the situation, I lent a hand and I told the principal, let me see what I can do to assist you because I know you will need help in spreading this material. And I'm willing to see what we can do with Public Works. And that is how my involvement is there with the school. I never put any trip out there. It wasn't me. I was there to lend an assistance to the principal and school because I know at the end of the day they will need help seeing the situation. But there was a lot of complication in terms of Palmar because in the field because a lot of the material that was dumped on the football field had steel, had cement slabs and created a problem for the equipment. We had to put in bulldozer and the principal can tell you I've always been there trying to lend a hand to remedy that situation and we are still working on it, I just wanted to highlight that, but I could say within the compound, the material that was dumped was fairly good material, and we have spread that out, and I think they are ready for school now. We are still working on the football field as I think we were there last week, and as soon as I get the equipment, I'm sending it to kind of touch up that, and also to do some of the work that I had promised some people there. We're going to try to open some roads, etc., in Palmar right now, and after that, of course, I got other areas that we need to work on, especially in some parts of the town. But we are working on these things, and next week, stay tuned with us on Wednesday, where we'll be discussing and highlighting all the great work that is being done in the East constituency, and I think you could follow us on Facebook. You will see all the work that is being done. Tremendous work, and that has been a day-to-day thing for us. It's all about what they say in a day's work, that we do. So, Emmanuel, I want to thank you for squeezing me in this schedule this morning, and also I want to thank the people of Orange Walk Town, especially our people in Orange Walk East. I want to give you all a big shout out and thank you for tuning in, and of course to everybody else who's watching us and tuning in. Thank you, and may God continue to bless this day, wonderful day. And we have to pray for rain because some of the people they take liquid without water, in terms of the weather for crops, etc. But we're here and thank you. Thank you,
We're having a rain dance sometime this afternoon, so if you care to join us. Show repite a las 9 de la noche, hoy por la noche. Y primero Dios, estaremos de vuelta con ustedes el siguiente lunes. Así que por favor no duden de estar con nosotros. Como dije, nuestros mejores deseos a todos ustedes. En realidad a todos ustedes que tengan un feliz fin de semana y pues aquí enviándoles los mejores saludos a todos y que tengan un feliz fin de semana. Así que se me cuidan, muchas gracias, nos vemos el lunes, primero Dios. Hasta luego.
Sugar City Morning Show.